You can either live your dreams or live your fears. And I think the majority of people actually are not living their dreams, but are living their fears. So I want to ask you a question. What are your fears? What are you afraid of? What are you scared of? Because we all have fears, don't we? We all have something that's blocking us, that's holding us back. And as we begin to look at life, what we realize is that the reason that most people are not living out their true potential, are not doing all of the things that they would really like to do, is because of fear. Some people call fear false evidence or expectations appearing real.
God gave you fear so that you would learn to stay away from things that could hurt you. When you are afraid, ask yourself, what's the threat? What is threatened? Is it a real threat? Is there something valuable being threatened? And if there is, then what is it and how can I best defend it? Most of our fears aren't real. Most of our fears are imagined. Most of our fears are heightened by a overzealous media. And so most of us spend too much time in anxiety and fear when there's really no need. So ask yourself, really, what's the danger and what's being threatened? A lot of times your fear will come not from things threatening you, but from new opportunities and new challenges. God will open up a new opportunity, and it will be a big one. It will be over your head. Now, if you remember the parable of the talents, God gave a guy 1 talent, another guy 2 talents, and another guy 5 talents. And the guy who got 2 got 2 more, and the guy who had 5 got 5 more. Now, if you follow the logic of that story, the guy who had 2 this time had 1 last time, and the guy who had 5 this time had 2 last time. And when he did well in each of those situations, then they were blessed with more opportunity. So God is going to continue to put you in situations that challenge you to believe in Him more than you are afraid. It'll be a little bit over your head, a little bit more over your head, and then it'll be a lot over your head. But He won't start in really deep water. Every day you'll take a step. Every day you'll learn more and more. This is how I trust Him. This is how He's leading me. This is how I learn to believe in Him. So that your faith, your confidence in who God is and what He is doing in you and around you and through you overrides the fear.
Don't condemn yourself for being afraid. It's perfectly fine to have some fears. You acknowledge your fears, you embrace those fears, and then you move on. You act on whatever it is that you fear. Because once you embrace it, see, what you resist will persist. What you resist will persist. So one of the most important things is to begin to embrace your fear. So deciding as you look at your life, as you look into the future and say, what fears am I holding on to? What fears that I'm allowing to imprison me, that's keeping me from breaking out, that's keeping me from living up to my true potential, that's keeping me from really being happy, that's keeping me from having a sense of adventure and excitement in my life? What's keeping me from controlling my destiny? What fears that I'm giving that permission to? Notice what I said, that we must give our permission to fear to immobilize us. Because whatever discomfort you experience, whatever challenges or difficulty that it is, you got to handle it. You got to go up in there and wrestle with it. Will it be easy? No. Will it be challenging? Yes. But that's just what you must go through in order to get where you want to go. And guess what? You are strong enough to do it.
You know, I am a big brother. And for most of my life, I was frustrated that I didn't have a big brother. All my friends had big brothers, and when they got in trouble, they could yell and their big brother would come help them. I didn't have anybody to come help me. I was pretty much on my own. But in life, you and I have a big brother, and that big brother is Jesus himself, the firstborn, and we are his little brothers and little sisters. And he's promised when you get in over your head, when life comes against you, when everybody teams up against you, call, and he will come help us. And he'll be there for you to help you overcome the fear and what you can't do by understanding more and more about what he can do. Yeah, I know you're afraid, and it's okay to be afraid, but don't let fear make the decision. Faith does that, and that happens when your big brother Jesus comes and helps you.